I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I got a new microphone and I just love playing with this thing. And yes, I am still in my jammies. Jokes aside, let's get into why you clicked on this video in the first place. You clicked on this video because you want to get that, is it growing out of your scalp? Look. And today, I'm going to show you how to create a custom natural hairline on your lace front wig. Let's jump right in. First things first, to make any wig customization process a whole lot easier, you are going to need a canvas head, a wig stand, some push pins or T-pins, and these will help you secure your wig to your canvas head so that it doesn't move around. Now, let's jump right in. This is Trixie, my slanted tweezer, and she is the star of our show today. Obviously, you cannot create a natural hairline without a good pair of tweezers. And she's pink, so that's a bonus. Also in the lineup is Periwinkle, my rat tail comb, Helena Heat, my hot comb, and this random napkin I had laying around. Now what are we gonna do with her? Are we gonna blow her nose? I don't know. Keep watching, you'll find out. Now here is the wig we are working with today, and as you can see, she obviously came pre-plucked. Now hear me out, there's nothing wrong with this. If you wanted to install it just like this, go ahead. It's fine and it works. But if you really want your installs to eat down and give you that supernatural, it's growing out of your scalp look, you're gonna have to do a little more plucking, honey. And for a girl like me who likes to create custom hairlines, I end up cutting off a lot of this front section anyway. I always have to go back and re-pluck the wig. But don't get scared, I got you. I'm gonna show you the step-by-step on how to do it. And the method I'm gonna show you applies whether your hair comes pre-plucked or not. So let's get started. So step 1, take the wig off the mannequin head for a second and grab your napkin, open it up a bit and place it right on top of the mannequin head like this. When you're putting this on, make sure that is as straight as you can get it. From my point of view, it was straight, but obviously you can see from the video it is not. But that's okay, because it still worked out. I then used a few T-pins to secure the sides and the top so that it doesn't move around. Step 1, crushed. Step 2, grab your wig and place it back on the mannequin head right on top of that napkin. Make sure that you're lining up the front of the hairline right where the napkin starts as I'm demonstrating. Then use your T-pins to secure this positioning so that the wig does not move around. And if it isn't obvious by now, we are using the napkin as a blank canvas. Not that you can't directly pluck from the mannequin head, the white background just helps you to see the knots on the wig a whole lot better. And once step 2 is done, you should have something like this. Before we bring out Trixie, grab yourself a brush and brush all the hair backwards. Quickly brush out the hair to remove any knots or tangles and ensure that all the hairs are flowing in one direction. And lastly, for step 2, grab your hot comb and hot comb the hair back as I'm demonstrating so that we can clearly see the hairline. Step number 3, take a look at the hairline. Most wigs, like this one, come with a straight or overly full hairline, but natural hairlines are never perfectly uniform. To get that natural look, we have to disrupt the straight line in the front and create subtle inconsistencies that mimic real hair. Which now leads us to step 4. Grab your rat tail comb and part out a section of hair that is about ½ an inch deep behind the hairline, as I'm demonstrating. You can carry this parting all around the hairline, but I like to work in sections. I started on my right side and then stopped when I got to about where the middle was, just like this. Now you see this area right here where the hair is really dense? Yeah, that's where we're gonna pluck. We're gonna thin that out just a little bit for a more natural look. Grab a hair clip and clip this section out of the way and go over this back section with your hot comb one last time to make sure all the hairs are flowing in one direction. Next, slightly tilt your mannequin head at an angle so that it's easier for you to see while you're plucking, either sitting down or standing up. I quickly grabbed my comb to comb the hairs back into position one last time and then held them firmly with my other hand. Step 5, start plucking. If you're trying to figure out where to start, honestly, you can start from anywhere in this section. But to help you out a little bit, if you look closely, you will see these little gaps where the hair just naturally separates. I like to pick the one that is furthest on the end as you see me demonstrating. To begin plucking, position your tweezers at the very base of the knots, which are those little black dots that you see in the lace. Close your tweezer on the knot and then apply gentle pressure to pull it out. When a knot is successfully pulled out, it will create a little clean space, as you can see. You want to make sure that you're pulling from the base and not just the hairs, because if you pull out the hairs and not the knots, it will leave the hairline looking really thin and messy. If you are a beginner, don't rush this. Take your time with it. Repeat these motions until you get comfortable. As I'm plucking going backwards, but I'm not going too deep. Since the wig I'm working with is already pre-plucked, I'm going in about a centimeter or 2. Again, I emphasize apply gentle pressure when pulling out the knots to avoid creating holes or ripping your lace. And my last tip, pluck about 4 or 5 times in one section to avoid creating bald spots. Pluck 4 to 5 times and move on. Remember, you can always come back to it if you need to, but you cannot put it back if you bald it out by over plucking it. In this clip, I slowed it down for you a lot so that you can get a better visual of what I'm explaining and the repetitive motion I will be doing from here on out. So here's that little section that I just demonstrated. Now we're going to do the skip pluck method. To create a new section, I'm going to skip about 1/2 centimeter or a centimeter of hair and then begin plucking again, repeating the same process. Now you can skip as much hair as you want, but keep in mind that the more hair you skip, the more you're going to have to go back and feather that out. And I'll show you what that is a little later. And the skip pluck method is exactly as it sounds. You skip a section, you pluck a section. You skip a section, you pluck a section, and repeat this process until the whole hairline is completed. So I'm going to go ahead and finish off this section I've parted out. And if you have found this video helpful so far, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to join the Blessed Beauty family for more wig customization videos and tips, as well as drop me a comment down below of any questions or concerns that you have, and I will be sure to answer you. As you're plucking, periodically grab your comb and comb through the hair to check your work. This is especially important because it lets you see how much hair you've already plucked out so far, and it allows you to see if there are any areas that you need to go back and work on. Once you're done with your section, you should have something that looks like this. Go ahead and grab a brush and brush through the hair to remove any stray hairs that could still be in there. And this is all the hair that I plucked out from this section, guys. Here is what we have so far. Now she's looking good, but we can't leave her like this. We need to go ahead and feather this out so that it looks more natural rather than just having lines in your hairline. And by feathering out, I mean we're going to repeat the same skip pluck method, except now we are going to be plucking those sections that we skipped. Doing this will soften these lines and create a natural gradient that makes a transition from lace to scalp look super seamless, especially when your knots are bleached. And if you would like to know how to perfectly bleach your wigs to give you that scalp effect, don't worry, I got you. I told you this is your one-stop shop for wig customization, so I'll link the video either in the card above or in the description box below, so check it out. But back to the video. By observation, you can already see the effect that it gives as I'm plucking. And again, as I'm plucking very lightly 3 to 4 times until you see that bar go away. Once I was done, this is what we have. As you can see, the hairline has a soft and natural looking gradient compared to the factory pre-plucked hairline that we started with. I mean, you tell me which side looks more natural to you. Now I'm going to repeat the exact same process on the other side, leaving the middle untouched for now. Alright, so after completing both sides, you should end up with something like this. And as you can see, I have left the middle untouched because I like to do that at the very end. Now we are at step 6, our final touches. And as we comb back the rest of this hair, guys, look at this hairline. You cannot tell me that this does not look way more realistic than what the factory sent over. Like, the proof is in the results. It's in the pudding. Debate me, I dare you. And now we're gonna take it just a little further and make it look even better by breaking up this straight hairline in the front. And I'm doing the same skip pluck method, but here I am going in very, very lightly, as you can see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plucks. Move on. And here I am plucking that middle section as well, very lightly. Most of the time I wear a middle part and I don't want to thin out that area where my part would be too much. But honestly, you really don't want to do too much in the front because it really doesn't need too much. Your main focus here is just breaking up that line in the front so that it's not so perfect. Once you're done, grab your comb and your brush, go ahead and comb through the hair, brush the hair through, make sure that all those flyaways and stray hairs are out of there, and you're done. Now you can go ahead and bleach your knots if you haven't already, as well as you can go ahead and style your wig right here on the mannequin head so that it is ready and saves you time during installation. And there you go, a properly plucked, natural looking hairline that is ready to slay and eat up your haters each and every install. You're welcome. Don't say I didn't teach you nothing. With a little patience and a little practice, you'll be a pro in no time. And this is all the hair that I plucked out, guys. Like, imagine all of this was still in this wig. Well, we've reached the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this tutorial helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe, as well as comment down below with your questions or tips. I love you, but always remember Jesus Christ loves you more, and I'll catch you on the next one.